pressure here, and Samantha Parker loading up over to Parris Todd. 0-0-2 to start. Dink point to start. Who's gonna fire first? Lea Jansen is. Side out. Count it. Side out, and the crowd erupts for the hometown team.
Nice long point to start there. I like Lacy getting in there into the middle, making herself big, but ultimately it's Lea Jansen that pounds one right at Parker.
0-0-1.
Teardrop third from Parris Todd. Gets herself back to the kitchen and out of reach from Lacy Schneemann. A lot of topspin on that one.
Dropping quickly.
1-0-1.
1-0-1. Columbus opening the scoring. Through the middle it goes. And a beauty for Samantha Parker.
That's a great speed up, and I love Parker making herself a little bit more of an offensive threat early. Lea's definitely gonna have to cover that middle a little bit more.
1-0-2.
A little note for the scoring format. If you're new here, side out scoring, same way you play at home. Gender doubles and mixed doubles composed 4 games of a match. Games to 11, win by 2. The only rally scoring format is that 5th deciding game. That's a dream breaker.
0-1-1.
Nice side out for the squeeze, and a heavy serve from Samantha Parker is called deep. Lacy Schneemann loading up.
0-1-2. Side out.
A little bit of an ambitious take there from Lacy, but again, you know, you're playing that left side. You want to make your presence known, so I don't mind her going over there early and taking some risks.
1-0-1. Point.
Nice serve from Lea Jansen. She's got some great shape on her serve. Except
she
bounce
does.
up after that bounce. Hard to return.
2-0-1.
With that singles background, Lea Jansen, one of the best in the world in women's singles. Oh my! Feathery inside out, third shot drop.
I want to hear it from the crowd. I like it. That's a great spot. Lacy knows it too. She's giving her the paddle tap.
Even Jansen's impressed after a heavy serve. The crowd goes nuts. Electric atmosphere once again in Columbus. Nice spot for Lacy Schneemann.
Second serve.
Second serve for Columbus.
Great put away from Schneemann there. She generates a lot of angle even with her smaller frame. Really impressive the way she's able to put the ball down.
Parris Todd tees off. 4-0-2 in the cross-court exchange on the backhand wing.
And the sliders ladies are feeling themselves. Todd comes in and she's just doing all the work there. Big come on there.
4-0-2
afterwards too. I like the energy.
Point that time for Columbus. Not as glamorous, but equally effective.
Great job by Lea just going behind Lacy. She's been hugging that middle. She's made her pay for that a couple times here already.
5-0-2.
5-0-2 start for the sliders.
Point, timeout.
Well done for the home team. Parris Todd Todd and Lea Jansen.
I've been really impressed with Parris and Lea so far. Really opened up the court, playing well, staying strong. See if they can get a few more here.
Scramble from Jansen, drop volley, untouchable from Lacy Schneemann. So you're in a 6-point hole here for Orlando. What's your mentality?
I think big serve, hopefully drive and crash, get a few points there. They're having good points.
0-6-1.
The slider have just been too much at the end of them all.
Fumble dink into the net. Orlando on the board.
And with this new side-out scoring, it is a little bit easier to slow the momentum down. With rally scoring, it just gets so tricky with every point counting as a scoreboard point as well.
Shot from Jansen, lights out. Into the net for Jansen after some spectacular dinks. Squeeze take 2 on the board. Parker back to serve.
2-6-1.
Sitter for Parker in disbelief from the mix.
Well-constructed point, just a little bit too far in front of Sam Parker for to put it away.
2-6-2.
Instead it goes right in that net. Still got the second serve.
Third into the net from Schneemann. Ball back to the sliders.
Good for them to get on the scoreboard. Starting to feel a little bit more comfortable there. But hopefully the sliders can keep it up.
Nice put away from Lacy Schneemann. Slight frame, but a ton of power behind her paddle. And Jansen serving at 6-2-2.
They've got Parris on the left side now using that stack strategy.
Which is interesting because they haven't played that way every single match. Through the middle for Lacy Schneemann.
Great point and great move there by Sam Parker as well, sliding over to the right, taking those backhands and making room for Schneemann to come and clean up in the middle there as well. Great point from all 4 of them.
The squeeze still alive.
2-6-1.
Holding Columbus silent at 6 since the end change. Oh, Schneemann blowing up the line. What a put away. What a setup. Jamming up Jansen for the close.
Such a good lateral mover, Lacy is. Just getting over there, flicking that ball high on Lea, and then has the overhead to seal it.
Second serve.
And the unforced error for Samantha Parker.
She wants that one back. That's not a ball she misses very often.
Schneemann did too. She was feeling the momentum brewing on her paddle. One more serve to go. 3-6-2. Foot fault was called on the Schneemann. It looked like she was calling it. No, it is. No. Yes. It was confusing because she was pointing to the Columbus sliders, but ended up calling it on Lacy Schneemann.
Yeah. Foot fault on Lacy.
Yes. And Fed was questioning Diane whether or not that call was the other direction, as was I. And Parris Todd loading up.
6-3-1.
Stuck at 6 the last couple of service rotations. And Parris Todd gets a little greedy in the middle. It is answered with a cookie for Samantha Parker. Second serve now, Lea Jansen. They've been slow to finish.
Making this court really small. I'd be surprised if I don't see them going behind her a little bit more in the next couple points.
On Todd?
On Schneemann. Back to her backhand. She's having that middle tight.
Trying to help out her partner there on the right. Another unforced error for Samantha Parker. Lets Columbus off the hook. And Lea Jansen talked about it earlier today in the interview.
7-3-2.
The struggle for Parris and Lea has been to close out games. They've been up big several times and then slow to close it out. Lea thinks it's harder to play ahead in Major League Pickleball than from behind.
Timeout, Orlando.
I think the energy from the crowd's probably helping them a little bit, but with one game to 11, it can be a roller coaster.
Time in.
Orlando Squeeze came away with a win over Carolina earlier in this tournament. Swept them 4-0. A lot of drama surrounding the Hogs this weekend. She will dabble in tomorrow. Nice play by Lacy Schneemann. Simple poke down the line, jams up Todd, who's not pleased with the setup shot. 3-8-1 Orlando.
3-8-1. Second serve.
Just a little too ambitious there from Lacy in the middle.
I'll recall. 3-8-2.
Off the tape, tough bounce for Todd.
And Parker came in there quickly, looking to make her presence known, and she got the high forehand.
4-8-2.
Catches the tape.
Yeah, Samantha Parker made it to the final of a PPA last season, made a name for herself in women's singles. Popped that one up, though, and that is the no-go zone in any doubles format in professional pickleball, as she knows well. Side out sliders take it back at 8-4-1.
8-4-1.
Nice spot for Samantha Parker. Wow.
Again, great speed up from her. I think that's the second time that she's gotten them down their middle from the wing of the court with her forehand. So she's making them respect the cross-court dinks, open up a little bit of space for her to speed through the middle as well.
Get from Jansen. Wow!
No.
The crowd erupts for Lea Jansen.
She's pumping them up too, and Schneemann just left way too early for the overhead. She was on her way down before she made contact.
Take another peek at the track down on defense. The crowd goes nuts for the effort. It's clear that Jansen is feeding off of the home crowd of Columbus.
9-4-2.
Can't get that one though. Lacy Schneemann makes sure of it.
I like Parris trying that speed up on Samantha Parker, though. Makes her flip to her forehand. In the past, she's just been sliding over, taking everything as a two-handed backhand. Parker handled it well, though. Very impressive.
painting the sideline was Parris Todd, attacking that line again on Parker.
And that time Parker was not ready for the forehand, sliding almost into that ball. But great location on the speed up from Todd. Great patience as well.
4-9-2.
Todd playing alpha on the left.
Great point, great dink there from Lea, just to make Parker hesitate a tiny bit.
So why do you think that was an adjustment that Todd and Jansen have made, stacking Parris over to the left compared to where we've seen them play before?
I think it's good having her in front of Parker, letting her pick those spots a little bit more, and then having Lea able to cross-court dink with Parker as well. I don't think Parris wants to be in that pattern, kind of just dinking cross-court. She wants to be making something happen, which she can do from the left.
Swinging away, a half second behind it. And really, Todd, a dynamic player. We've seen her do both. Has had so much success on the right as well, both in women's and in mixed.
And now she's back on the left here, which is interesting. Sometimes it's good just to give your opponents a different look if you want to change up the pattern.
Ball from Schneemann down to the feet of Lea Jansen. Todd leaving one a little bit high, and Schneemann takes full advantage. 5-point gap to fill for Orlando.
Still feel like Orlando has a lot left to give here. If they can get a couple on this, put some pressure back on the sliders, see what they can come up with next time they get the ball back.
4-9-1. Second serve.
That's a ball you have to make if you're Samantha Parker. Make them play.
Yeah, she's had some highlight reel shots, but it's sometimes it's the easy ones that get away from me, the quote-unquote easy ones. I say that not so lightly. Nice, Jansen. That's good.
And it catches the line.
Does indeed. Samantha Parker takes one back after the unforced error a moment ago, trying to erase it.
Timeout, Columbus.
And Columbus. I think I would flip it the other way around.
Yeah, I think just trusting the players, being like your best and our best. Let's go at it. I think Andrei Daescu's been hot in both men's and mixed doubles so far. Didn't play his best last night, but I expect that to be different tonight.
Parris Todd.
And there's Parris on the left again, stretching in, taking that forehand at Parker. Big yell. I like that a lot.
Creating some unpredictability on her paddle, now deciding whether or not we'll stack the other way. Jansen will stay on the right. Ooh. Ball was no, but I think that ball was in. Todd calling off Jansen, who is loaded up and ready to play defense. Yeah, it does.
I think the sliders would be good using a drive here as the squeezer unwinding their stack. Get that ball on them quickly. Drop.
That's deep.
Point.
Dylan Frazier on the baseline of the bench for the squeeze, saying it was out, but...
After review, the call is overturned. The ball was in. Columbus loses one free video challenge, has 2 free video challenges remaining. Orlando has 3 free video challenges. What we're noon play at side out, 5-9-2. Correction. 5-9-1.
Parker answering the door once again. Got burned too many times down the line from Todd. She's had enough. 6-9-1 squeeze. Climb within 3.
6-9-1.
And a missed opportunity there for Parris Todd. Make it a 2-point game for the squeeze. And again, closing out games an issue for Columbus. And now it starts to become a mental game on the other side. 7-9-1 Schneemann serving. Short for Schneemann, out of control, had a good angle on it.
Still the squeeze making it really difficult for the sliders here, getting their drops down, and once they're at the kitchen, anything goes. I think Schneemann and Parker have both done a really good job of making another ball starting to pay off here at the end of this game.
Deep for Parker. And Columbus takes a deep breath and a sigh of relief. Parris Todd cues the crowd. She says, join our side. We need a third player to finish this one out. Trying to go up game point here.
9-7-1.
Unwinding the stack again, the squeeze. See if they can capitalize.
Oh, what a move. Samantha Parker hangs on for one more. 9-7-2, Columbus feeling the scoreboard pressure and the pressure from within. And their inability to close out games, despite being such a powerhouse team.
9-7-2.
Lea Jansen misses the counter-attack. It stays at 9-7.
Didn't quite connect with that out in front of her enough. Dumps into the net.
7-9-1, the squeeze.
7-9-1.
Inching back into the match. Lea Jansen hip checks Parris Todd out of the shot. And takes this one down, redeeming herself from a moment ago.
And that's a nice point for the sliders there. Just one more to get the serve back. Makes it a lot easier, a lot less tense.
7-9-2.
From the ding from Samantha Parker. And Columbus off the hook again, but you gotta think they have to close it out here soon, or Orlando's going to find it sooner than later. Jansen back to serve, 9-7-1.
I'd love to see a big serve here from Lea, and hopefully a big third shot drive if it's possible.
Right down the middle it goes. Samantha Parker catching a piece of the paddle from Schneemann.
Almost a little passive there from Parris. I think she saw that attack from Parker coming. It's a ball that she could have probably countered. She chose to reset it.
9-7-2.
Losing the point. I'd love to see them just put the foot on the gas. This last couple points.
Another one down, and Orlando has another chance. See what Lacy Schneemann comes up with. 7-9-1 squeeze. 2 points away from catching the home team. into the net for Parker. It's almost identical to what we saw a moment ago at the side out.
And that's a shame, too, because that drop was very, very good.
7-9-2.
She couldn't decide if she was going to crash or not.
It.
After review, the out calls overturned. The ball was in. Columbus loses one free video challenge, has one free video challenge remaining. Orlando has 3 free video challenges remaining. We'll resume play.
Implications here. They lose
Orlando serving at
8-9-2 off this first game alone because of the missed line calls. That's costly. They only have one challenge left. So Samantha Parker serving at 8-9 now.
Time in, 8-9-2.
ATP.
Distraction. Point.
And it looks like Schneemann picked that ball right off her shoelaces. I think the sliders think it went down into the court first.
Samantha Parker serving at 8-9-2.
I think it's 9-9-2 now. Samantha Parker's on the left side, so point must have gone to the squeeze.
9-9-2.
Yep, you are correct. 9-9-2. From Jansen, and how about this series of events? The squeeze take back game point after trailing the entire way through. Columbus needed 2 points for about 15 minutes.
10-9-2.
Couldn't capitalize. Lacy Schneemann takes a pop-up chance, buries it on Columbus, and takes the first game.
So I think we'll see a lot of good stuff out of him and Andrei as well.
That one game took 48 minutes time. Such a tight one, and Dylan Frazier out to the races first for the Orlando Squeeze. The Squeeze is a franchise. They have a title in their back pocket.
1-0-2.
Back in 2023 with Rachel Rohrabacher, Andrei Daescu, Anna Brights, and Zane Navratil, and Andrei Daescu giving the Squeeze a little, hey, how are you, remember me?
Couple fast points so far.
0-1-1.
Love a good early speed up. Both teams seem ready for some hands battles for sure.
Second serve.
When you drive for Roscoe, it's deep. Second serve now for the Sliders. And CJ Klinger probably watching this one from home, wishing so badly he could be out here. A lefty, Columbus native. Oh my! Great. Federico Staksrud
Staksrud. Great dinking, really moving the ball around, and Fed sees it early, hops that kitchen, puts it down.
1-0-1.
Yeah, CJ Klingler's really come into his own as one of the top men on tour this year as well. Still, I think, only 17 or 18 years old. So a lot of room to improve. So great pickup by the sliders. I think when he's healthy, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Nice pull there by Roscoe Bellamy through the middle. Dylan Frazier, second server at 102. Maybe a little ambitious for Roscoe Bellamy, stepping back and trying to pull it the highest part of the net.
2-0-2.
Almost daring him to speed it up with a little bit of a floatier dink, but not quite the bounce that Roscoe is looking for.
Wow, Staksrud cannot be stopped. Goes right at the body of Daescu. And just like that, the sliders in some serious trouble. And this is where I disagree with their strategy to put their ace out against Orlando's ace and mixed.
3-0-2.
However,
fair
actually,
enough. We'll see, mixed is a different discipline. I think Federico's definitely excels more at men's doubles than he does at mixed doubles. Still a great player nonetheless. But I think we'll definitely see some fun points. Not a lot of balls being hit to Andrei Daescu so far, so it'll be interesting to see how he inserts himself.
Heavy serve from Roscoe Bellamy. We'll get Columbus on the board. I challenged my last statement, actually, because in the situation Columbus is in 0-2, they have to put the best on best. Not that they can do anything about it now, because to have a chance in the third game, this is kind of what they actually needed. So now it'll be Roscoe Bellamy and Lea Jansen that would have to save the day for the home team. They did it once. We'll see if they can do it again. Andrei Daescu back in the mix. That was an unbelievable counter from Staksrud. Hand speed unmatched. So good. Wide open gap to hit. Where is Roscoe Bellamy?
That's Andrei Daescu's ball. Yeah, he's got to get over there in the middle way more.
3-1-1.
There's no reason he should be hugging that left side that much, unless Federico proves to him that he's going to beat him out wide. Definitely want to cover the middle first.
Has clearly been the strategy to pull Andrei Daescu out wide to create the gap, and Federico has been doing that beautifully. Frazier back to serve now on a 2.
3-1-2.
Deep return from Bellamy. Columbus still alive. The crowd still behind the home team.
Good side out there from the sliders, and I think Bellamy has settled a little bit more into his game at the kitchen. We saw a couple speed-ups from him early, but it seems like he's more content dinking now, which is a good way to set up his nice, lengthy partner in Andrei Daescu.
Second serve.
Nice speed up from Staksrud. Bellamy almost connected with it, but not quite.
1-3-2.
Staksrud is on a different level right now. He's also on the court coaching the ladies a moment ago.
The heart of the team so far, for sure, Federico Staksrud.
Forced error from Roscoe Bellamy, trying to hold his weight in this matchup. Empty trip for the sliders. Columbus will accept a high third from Staksrud, who changed his mind at the last minute with Andrei Daescu unwinding the stack.
3-1-2.
Roscoe Bellamy lights up the play.
There. Goes back to Staksrud's backhand. Leads a little bit of a gap in the middle there, and he's able to get Dylan Frazier with a high forehand. Starting to move the ball around a little bit more. I like it settling in here.
1-3-1.
Unbelievable force off the paddle of Federico Staksrud. Roscoe Bellamy trying to earn his way to the line. Last service chance for Columbus.
1-3-2. Side out.
Again, Staksrud just too much. He is really feeling good today.
Bellamy looking a little frustrated. Side out the squeeze.
3-1-1.
Jeez.
Second serve.
Andrei Daescu has seen enough.
Great commitment from Roscoe on that ball prior. It was a little bit low, still hit the crap out of it and got Andrei an easy put away.
And the hands battle won by the squeeze that time. Dylan Frazier goes down the line on Daescu. Swings it back the other way to Bellamy. The fan base
4-1-2.
a little quiet now. Columbus needs to find it. Oh my, love the idea. Couldn't execute it though. Daescu, or excuse me, Bellamy was beat, but that ball is deep. Daescu and Bellamy line back up to serve. What an opportunity this is, Shu, by the way, for a player like Roscoe Bellamy to step in and play alongside a guy like Daescu. Regular gold medal winner on the PPA Tour. Major League Pickleball presents opportunities like that in this team format.
Yeah, Roscoe recently got a singles silver medal in carry. So great player, but definitely not quite to the level of Andrei. So you get some fun pairings here.
What a pull from Daescu. Right back at you at the body of Staksrud, who's thrown fire his way a couple of times. Yeah, I love Daescu's pride for the sport and as a professional. He never gives up.
2-4-2.
Perseverance, looks to the crowd, and they want to back him because of that. Tied by the tape. One step forward, a couple steps back. Orlando back to work for two serves.
Good look for Andrei there. I like him being a little bit more aggressive in that middle.
Ooh, miscommunication. Ball lands on Columbus's side. Orlando needs one ahead of the end change.
5-2-1.
How about it? Federico Staksrud drives heavy to the middle, works Roscoe Bellamy down the line. The crowd has been a little quiet because of said scoreline. No CJ Klinger in the roster tonight for the Sliders, one of their best players. He is out with illness. So Roscoe Bellamy up for the task. Oh, what a counter there from Dylan Frazier on the read. Roscoe Bellamy testing it both ways. Doesn't work. And Darren Klinger, the father of CJ Klinger, saying that CJ is watching and heartbroken that he cannot be there for his team. So CJ, we hope you get better soon. Oh, just barely missing. That one was Federico Staksrud. And you have to wonder how different this game could look with CJ Klinger in the mix. Such a talented player.
7-2-2.
From Columbus. And Roscoe shades completely out of the frame. Federico Staksrud is tearing apart the middle of the court right now.
Yeah, Fed's found the middle of the court with his backhand flick a number of times. Definitely something that would be a little bit more closed down if CJ Klingler was there on that right side.
And Roscoe unleashes. He's had enough too. You can see it on his face. Is it too late? If you look at the women's doubles game, you would say no. But we'll see if Columbus can reverse the script. That's the intention there from Roscoe.
I think that might have just caught the net a little bit, but if it didn't, going after Dylan Frazier.
A little wild.
2-8-2. Point.
Nice return from Federico Staksrud. Finally a point for Columbus.
3-8-2.
Dylan Frazier left an alleyway open, but shaded his body in a perfect position to get that ball down.
That's a really good counter from Dylan Frazier, seeing it sliding out of the way and able to catch that ball out in front.
High-level read, and Daescu goes right back to Frazier. Missed it that time. Second serve for the squeeze.
Good move from Dylan, though, just letting that ball get behind him a tiny bit. Good pressure from the squeeze.
Oof. He just invited Orlando up to the kitchen and forced your team into that situation.
Unfortunate. I'm not a huge fan of the drop volley.
Columbus,
unless it's a winner.
St. Louis, I would say. Red line mode for the squeeze. Make it game point for Frazier and Staksrud. Do they have the depth required in mixed to win in regulation? That will be the question.
10-3-2.
And same question the other way for Columbus.
Side out.
They'll be held off for one game point. Crowd hoping for a Hail Mary here from the sliders. Ooh, Andrei with a read, and Roscoe Bellamy holds his ground. Great snag.
Ernie there from Andrei Daescu. A little bit more energy from the crowd now.
4-10-1.
A lot of length on the side of the sliders. Ooh.
Second serve.
That ball is usually going over and down every time. Andrei Daescu missed that one, though. Second serve for the sliders. Daescu takes a moment to towel off.
The squeeze doing a really good job of just staying in those hands battles, giving them one more shot. They've missed, I'd say, more than usual.
How about that setup from Federico Staksrud? Game point number 2 for the squeeze.
Ten, 4-1. Second serve.
One more held off. Game point number 3.
10-4-2.
Ernie touch from Andrei Daescu. Don't go away yet, Columbus crowd. That's what these two are saying now. 3 game points saved. 2 service tries to go.
4-10-1.
And remember, Columbus only has one challenge left.
5-10-1.
Wow, clutch.
Great athleticism from Daescu there to not only make that dink, but catch his balance with his paddle.
And a nice save, too, from Bellamy.
6-10-1.
6-10-1. Heavy serve, too. Line drive off the tape. Dylan Frazier gets caught in the crossfire. 7-10-1. Columbus is back.
7-10-1.
Ooh. Oh my, not where we expected that one to go, but it lands anyways. And court positioning still somewhat off kilter for Columbus with the heavy dinking to the backhand side of Andrei Daescu. That's something that they're gonna have to work out here in the final stretch. 7-10-2 now, Daescu serving with the crowd behind him. Wow, his favorite shot. Federico Staksrud pockets the backhand ATP.
That's a great shot from Fed. I didn't think it was open there, and neither did Roscoe Bellamy, not opting to put his paddle down there to defend it, but great ball, just catches the outside of the line back.
Game point number 4 for the squeeze.
I'll recall the score. 10-7-1.
Into the net it goes. Orlando takes the second. 11-7. Orlando wins this game. They win the match in regulation. Big return from Parris Todd out of the gates. How hard is it as the alternate in the situation where you come into a team, you're trying to find a rhythm quickly?
0-0-1.
I'll let you know tomorrow when I play as an alternate, but I can't imagine it's easy. You know, you want to play your best. You want to prove that you belong there. I'm sure they've had good coaching. They've had good practice sessions, but it can't be easy for Roscoe. When you're the new guy, it's easy to blame you.
1-0-1.
It's also easy to get excited about things that you do well. I think he's done a really good job, though. Great demeanor, great energy for Columbus.
Second serve. 1-0-2.
Feathery drop from Federico Staksrud. You don't like the drop volley unless you can do that.
Yep. That's what I said. I think that's a great shot from Fed early on, making them respect the power, but also knowing that he has the finesse as well.
Staksrud is on one right now with his dinking.
And Andrei missed that dink, but I think if it had gone over, it would have sent a big message to Fed that he needs to stay a little bit over to the left side. So I like Andrei trying to go back that left side of Federico early on here as well.
Well, Daescu struggled in that dink pattern against Fed in men's doubles as well. Created a lot of gaps in the middle.
2-1-1.
Roscoe Bellamy struggled to fill. Through the middle goes Lacy Schneemann, looking to win this thing in regulation. Early lead for the squeeze, 3-1.
Good power there by Schneemann. Interesting to see her on the right side as opposed to the left side, which is her preferred women's doubles side, but holding down the right really well.
And Andrei Daescu is such a safe partner to unwind the stack with. If you're Parris Todd, nice deep return from her, but the wingspan of Andrei, 7 feet. the bullet there. Columbus back to serve for 2.
Schneemann overhits that ball, but I like her being up there, being able to put pressure right on Andrei Daescu, who's standing there.
Drop volley. Todd's there. Inside out on the follow-up touch from Staksrud.
One, 3-2.
Inside out again. Federico Staksrud is a man that cannot be stopped, playing out of his mind.
Federico has options on that ball too, opting to go inside out behind Andrei, but could have gone line, could have gone middle. Super set up for that put away.
Again, third shot drop to the backhand side of Daescu. Todd winds up to test Staksrud first, and Staksrud looks to his bench. Full intensity, full passion on display for the squeeze.
Just a little bit too much on that last ball from Andrei. He wanted to keep attacking, but drops too low. Would have opted for a reset there, but great hands by both teams.
No, that is not challengeable. Second serve.
So we have a foot fault on a serve, which means he was either over the line or he jumped.
4-1-2.
Don't see that every day.
Side out. One, 4-1.
Down for Staksrud, finally a miss.
Staksrud's pushing a little bit too much to Andrei's sideline there. No reason he needed to go that big with it, but maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure.
Todd takes over the left, cueing Andrei to stay. ATP with the slimmest of margins, just short for Todd. Almost had it. Todd, one of the great women's singles players in the world.
Just a little bit wide on that attempt from Parris Todd.
Just needed another inch.
2-4-2.
Todd not shying away from the firefight with Daescu, or excuse me, Staksrud down the line. Lea Jansen was yelling something at Daescu in the middle of that
as well.
Point, I'm curious.
Pumping her team up a little bit.
4-2-1.
If it was a strategy thing or what. Todd goes cross court, catches Lacy Schneemann off guard.
Just into the body enough of Schneemann. If she meets that ball out in front of her a little bit more, it's coming right back at Andrei Daescu.
Point.
Point ahead of the end change, the squeeze. Looking to take the 4-point lead and swap ends. Oh, Parris Todd gets caught in the crossfire, and 6-2 the damage. The squeeze taking full control of the match.
6-2-2.
Leading at 6-2-2. Staksrud back to serve. Columbus in trouble. Where will they go from here? They need a game to stay alive in the match. Otherwise,
2-6-1.
this will be a regulation loss on their side. Schneemann fumbles it wide. Columbus back on the board.
Good point there from the sliders.
3-6-1.
Way to slow it down. Hopefully this crowd will get behind their team here as they need a win to keep this tie alive.
Too good.
Second serve.
Staksrud knocking on the back door. Hits home the earning. 3-6-2, Daescu. Loading back up, trying to give this fan base some hope. In comes Daescu, a big point for the sliders. Back within 2, looking to change the momentum current.
A little bit of miscommunication between Schneemann and Staksrud there as well. Federico's certainly been covering a lot of court, but making sure he's clear about what he's taking. Again, there miscommunication.
Wow, Andrei Daescu comes in clutch again. Chance to tie it here for the sliders.
Great length from Daescu there in the middle, and that's where you don't want Andrei moving to his right to pick off a middle ball.
Hence why they've been keeping the dinks out wide in men's doubles and in this mixed doubles game here. Big response there from Federico Staksrud. Ball back to the squeeze.
Point.
Nice wide dink from Schneemann there. Just caught Andrei a little bit under his feet.
And a point for the squeeze.
7-5-1.
4 points, and this regulation match is secured. Daescu tests the middle on Staksrud. It works. Second server now.
Just close enough to Schneemann with that speed up that Federico didn't feel like he could come in there and really clean it up. Nice spot from Daescu.
Oh! Burt alert. Missed it into the net. But what an attempt. The Columbus fans go nuts anyways. Need 2 to tie it. Need the game to stay alive in the match.
5-7-1.
Oh, Lacy Schneemann knocking on the back door of Daescu. What a shot. Yelled yeah before it even landed.
That's where you got to be careful if you're Daescu chewing up that
5-7-2.
middle, because if you have someone like Schneemann in front of you, she does have that ability and that confidence to take the ball down your line.
Federico Staksrud, a brick wall.
Parris Todd had a good look with it, just over the top a bit too much. Leads the air.
7-5-1. Second serve.
And lands on the side of the squeeze. And Columbus still alive. Last server here for the squeeze.
7-5-2.
Into the net it goes. Columbus shows sign of life.
Not a great serving side out from the squeeze. A missed reset volley from Schneemann and then a missed serve. So
5-7-1.
gives Columbus a little bit of a momentum here.
Deep to the baseline goes Schneemann. A well-placed volley. Shifting over to the right.
Good punch there from Schneemann to keep that ball back.
5-7-2. Couple of wet cords both ways, and
feel fresh and feel energized to be here tonight.
7-5-1. Second serve.
Force miss
7-5-2.
for Lacy Schneemann. 7-5-2 squeeze. masterful touch from Staksrud. Heavy drive, and then a reset touch down the line.
And that's not a ball that Parris would miss very often, but I think of all the chaos that Federico's made in front of her over the last 25 minutes, she's feeling a little bit less space in front of her here.
A leaping Ernie with purpose for Staksrud, who continues the Ernie touch run to his bench.
Timeout, Columbus.
Timeout, Columbus. The crowd is silenced. We're going to take a quick break as well. Shannon Mann and Zoe Weil in the booth here with you. Orlando looking to clinch a regulation win here in Game 3. We'll still play all 4 no matter what. Catches, oh, I don't know. That one was in, and
here.
That would be the last challenge surrendered.
After review, the out call is overturned. The ball is in. Columbus loses free video challenge, has 0 free video challenges remaining. Orlando, you have 3 free video challenges remaining. Resume play at 10-5-2.
10-5-2.
Time in. 10-5-2.
Wow, that one's into Federico Staksrud, the star of the show, once again. Did not miss in men's, did not miss in mixed.
Game 4, time in. 0-0-2.
Wow, what a shot from Roscoe Bellamy. Two-handed backhand on the sprawl, gets Dylan Frazier out of the play.
0-0-1.
Got nothing to lose here if you're the Sliders. You might as well go all out. Roscoe destroying people in front of him.
Good crash there by Roscoe. I like him making himself a big presence there.
1-0-1.
Really tall frame, great length. Lea's got a great drive. He should trust her and follow it in.
Second serve.
Interesting speed up from Jansen, opting to go with some slice on it. Helps disguise it a little bit better, but makes it harder to control. Frazier sees just enough of it to get it back.
Side out.
Big side out for the squeeze.
0-1-1.
Columbus faithful remain here till the end. Respect the cause.
Second serve.
Good spot there from Roscoe to keep going a little bit farther onto the left side. Looking to poach in the middle. Roscoe holds the two-hander and rips it behind him.
Side out. One 0-1. Second serve.
Well, speed ups. Missing the reset for Roscoe Bellamy. Second serve now for Columbus.
1-0-2. Point.
Counter-attack. Down it goes for Bellamy.
Good reaction there from Bellamy. I don't know if he was expecting Lea to go to Parker's forehand, but he's able to track the ball, put that next ball down.
2-0-2.
Bellamy throws it down again. Samantha Parker going big down the middle, too high. And the 6'5" player demolishes it.
3-0-2.
That's wide for Parker. Lea Jansen hangs in the dink rally. And nothing else for the Columbus Sliders. They want to find their rhythm. They've got 2 big matches coming up this tournament. St. Louis, the biggest match by far and away tomorrow night for Saturday Night Pickleball.
That's going to be a great match. St. Louis Shock, one of the most explosive teams in MLP. They will no doubt be bringing the energy.
Side out.
Great move there by Frazier to just close the middle a little bit more as Parker is dinking cross court with Lea Jansen. Could have been an opportunity for her to go down the line, but opts for the safer option.
0-4-1.
And Frazier makes her pay for it.
Dylan Frazier hops around the corner, hits the Ernie cross court, buries it on Bellamy.
One, 4-1.
The body of Bellamy can't get out of the way. Chicken winged him.
Just flicks it high enough, gets onto Roscoe. It's able to tag him in the shoulder before he can get out of the way. Well constructed point by both teams.
Counter one, Dylan Frazier. That's had a big screen too, the intensity mounting for the Orlando Squeeze. Energy falling a little flat for Columbus.
Point. Four, 4-1.
Once again, just able to bring it to Roscoe a little bit too fast.
Just a simple touch down the line, might have been a miss hit, might not have been, but it was a clean winner. Maybe not so clean for Samantha Parker, but she'll take it.
Great slide from Parker there. I do think that's where she was aiming. She might have missed it a little bit, but results the same nonetheless.
Frazier on the attack. Roscoe Bellamy closes the door on that thought from Dylan Frazier.
Frazier's taking it after Federico Staksrud a little bit flying in there, going after Bellamy, but he's ready that time.
5-4-2.
Able to stuff it back. Great dink by Roscoe there, just able to hold that two-handed backhand long enough to push it down at Frazier's feet. Makes it really hard for him to get under it.
4-5-1. Second serve. 4-5-2.
Long stare down after that miss from Lea Jansen.
Side out. Five, 4-1.
Oh, right in the wheelhouse of Bellamy.
6-4-2.
As for the squeeze, busy weekend for them.
Point.
Nice dink from Samantha Parker out wide to Jansen, who tries to test Dylan Frazier down the line. Goes too big with it.
7-4-2.
7-4-2, the scoreline now for the squeeze. What a play for Bellamy.
Good move by Roscoe there to take over the middle. Forces the squeeze to go back behind him, and they missed the ball wide.
4-7-1.
Have 2 matches tomorrow, one against the Atlanta Bouncers and the other against St. Louis. And then on Sunday, they're out for 2 matches as well. Chicago Slice and New York Hustlers.
Second serve.
Reset opportunity for Lea Jansen into the net.
4-7-2.
Inside out drive to the corner from Bellamy. Still playing with pride.
Great
the crowd enjoying.
Roscoe there. That's a tricky spot for Dylan Frazier to cover on a weak return.
5-7-2.
You got to lean middle to the forehand, but if he goes over your backhand, it's most likely to be a winner. And a missed return now.
From Mac Brewing for the sliders.
Timeout, Orlando, 6-7-2.
Yeah, honestly, I was a little bit surprised that they took me. I think I have a lot of good tools. I signed with a great agency, Peak Pickleball Agency. My agent did a lot of good work for me, sent in some film, and I was lucky enough to be offered a contract. So feeling really grateful for that.
7-6-1.
Frazier and Samantha Parker earn it back. That was deep on the return of Jansen, who looks to question it.
After review, the call is overturned. The ball was in. Orlando loses 1 free video challenge. Has 2 free video challenges remaining. Orlando has 0 free video challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 7-6-2.
So had that gone the other way, the referee crew would present Columbus with an orange card and present a point to the other side, just to clear up any confusion there. If you're out of free challenges, what that looks like. Haven't seen that yet. Bellamy, a crafty put away.
That was fun. Little forehand from the left side of the body.
Half pancake, half tomahawk.
6-7-1.
Okay, Samantha Parker going toe-to-toe with Roscoe Bellamy. Second serve for Columbus. Second try to tie it.
6-7-2.
Ties it up at 7. Playing with a whole lot of pride
there. Looking like he really wants to win this for his team.
7-7-2.
I like the demeanor.
Yeah, a lot of reasons for Columbus to give up here, and they have not. Battle won by Lea Jansen. Columbus climbs ahead for the first time. 1 point swing, they need 3 to take the game.
And immediately, Federico Staksrud coming out, giving a little bit of coaching advice to his team.
Point.
Great drive by Bellamy. Just gets Samantha Parker on the right hip. She's not able to set her feet in time.
9-7-2.
9-7-2 Columbus. And a wild for Jansen. Ball back to the squeeze.
Seven, 9-1.
Last hands battle for Bellamy. Felt like he had it. Paddle was there. Half second behind it. Frazier with a chance to tie it now for the squeeze.
8-9-1. Point.
The second half of the season for them.
Orlando, no timeouts.
Well, yeah, Columbus played 6 matches in Orlando and came away with a 4-2 record there. Here in their home court advantage, they have 5 matches. So yeah, to your point, 25-match season. Not a lot of season left. 3 more events to be played per each team.
Second serve. Nine-9-2.
From Roscoe Bellamy. Buries it. Perseveres at 9 apiece. Ball back to Jansen and Bellamy. Final push. Final game. Final match of the day.
9-9-1.
Strike from Samantha Parker. Stayed patient, waited for her moment, waited for the opening.
Nine-9-2.
That's wide.
Side out.
Empty trip.
Another challenge.
9-9-1.
And it was out, so good thing he took that back. Thank you to our great production crew and Pickleball TV. There's Bellamy determined to get the ball back in his possession.
Great backhand speed up from Roscoe there to the backhand of Dylan Frazier. Catching him just off guard enough.
Dylan Frazier steps into the middle, puts it down. Game point, Orlando.
10-9-2. Side out.
And a missed dink from Parker at 10-9. I think she'll want that one back. A little bit of a mishit. Columbus still alive.
9-10-1.
For Roscoe Bellamy. One more try to even it out.
Good look for Roscoe. Earned himself a nice high ball and just gets through the back of it a bit too much. Pushes it down
9-10-2.
towards the DoorDash logo.
Side out.
All right, game point number 2 for the Squeeze, who have already clinched the match, playing for pride on their side. Roscoe Bellamy gets big in the middle again. That reach gets Samantha Parker in some trouble.
10-9-2. Point game match,
missed return from Lea Jansen. Seals it for the squeeze.
The squeeze will take it in a clean sweep. 11-9 game 4, make it 4-0. The Orlando Squeeze come up with a clean sweep over the home team, the Columbus Sliders, and Federico Staksrud and Lacy Schneemann join me now to talk about it. Federico, starting with you, a man on a mission, playing incredible in every single one of your games here today. What got into you ahead of this one? I love the intensity, I love the passion. What was fueling it?
Yeah, no, as I said to the team before we started, it was going to take a lot of personality and a lot of, character to win this match, especially playing against the home crowd. Every time we're going to make a mistake, every time we're going to lose a point, they're going to be cheering for them. So we had to, have a lot of character and personality to stay positive, to stay as a team together, and that's what we did. And as I said to them, if we play like with this energy and with this, drive, we're going to have a lot of fun this year. We're not going to win every match because there's a lot of good teams out there, but we're going to have fun for sure.
Well, this was a good one to win. And Lacy, let's talk about that women's doubles win, because that's what really propelled your team to victory here. You guys came back from a huge deficit with an underdog lineup, quite frankly, in terms of experience at the PPA level. How were you guys able to turn the tide there?
I think some of what Fed said, the energy on the sideline was unreal. He and the rest of our team gave us the belief to know we could come back in that match, and Sam played incredible. I think we really started to kind of gel as a team as that match went on. Once you get a few side outs, you start getting chipping away and getting a little bit of momentum. Obviously, the energy out here was pretty crazy. The crowd was definitely not on our side, but it was kind of fun to play in that energy, and just used our energy from the sideline and clawed our way back and was able to kind of steal it.
Clawed your way back indeed. Moving on to a 5-win in regulation start to the season, and one Dreambreaker win as well. The Orlando Squeeze will be back in action tomorrow night against St. Louis and also against the Bouncers. Guys, congrats on a sweeping performance.